Have you ever wondered what it's like to create architectural masterpieces that last for centuries, while modern architects are left scratching their heads trying to figure out how they were built? Here's a case in point. A confident contemporary architect attempted to crack the secrets of the Angkor Wat stonework, and guess what? He failed. It's not just about the stones, it's magic that slips away from us like a shadow. Today we're going on a journey through Asia, where ancient structures stand like gigantic puzzles, waiting to be solved. You'll see not just buildings, but true monuments imbued with the spirit of time, where every stone might hide a story worthy of a movie. Get ready for astonishing facts and incredible tales that will make you look at architecture in a whole new light. These walls have witnessed empires, and the temples have withstood the test of time. They're not just dusty relics, they're real portals to another era. So, fuel your curiosity, and let's uncover the mysteries of Asia's architectural wonders together. Take a moment to think about this. The Great Wall of China stretches an incredible 21,000 kilometers. Yes, you heard that right. It's not just a fence. It's a real fortress system built by thousands of workers who labored as if the fate of the world depended on it. They say that in the wall's masonry, love letters were found from those who constructed it, and who would have thought that such romantic stories were hidden among the stones? But that's not all. There's a belief that on a moonlit night, the wall starts to sing as the wind rushes through its stones. It sounds like something straight out of a fantasy, but these myths always add a touch of magic to history. The wall not only protected against enemies, but also served as a complex defense system that became a symbol of strength and unity. And did you know that the tradition of setting off fireworks originated from there? That's right. The festive lights we love have their roots in this magnificent structure. Plus, archaeological discoveries continue to amaze us. Every year, scientists find something new that adds even more layers to the already rich history of this singing guardian of the empire. So if you thought the wall was just stones and dust, you couldn't be more mistaken. Let's take a trip to Cambodia and open the majestic gates of Angkor Wat, where history seems to be frozen in stone. This temple complex is so grand that you can even see it from space. Now that's what you call World Heritage. But it's not just a bunch of stones. It's a true architectural symphony, where every carved figure of an apsara seems to dance to the rhythm of the jungle. These goddesses have been sculpted with such precision that you might mistake them for the living, telling their stories while hiding the secrets of ancient Cambodia behind them. Have you heard that the temple was designed so that at sunrise, rays of light penetrate its most sacred corners? It's like a play of light and shadow that makes you ponder just how far human thought has come in astronomy and architecture. And here's a fun fact. The ancient builders used milk and egg whites as cement. Yes, you heard that right. This isn't a cooking recipe. Instead of standard concrete, they created a kind of culinary masterpiece that, strangely enough, helped to bind the stone blocks together. And for dessert, there are recent discoveries of underground tunnels that weave their way beneath the temples. Their purpose remains a mystery. Could they have been secret passageways for priests, or something more sinister? I'm sure these tunnels hold countless secrets waiting to be revealed only to the boldest explorers. So if you haven't visited Angkor Wat yet, get ready to dive into a world where every stone can tell not just one, but hundreds of stories. Forget the cliched romantic tales. Here we're talking about the Taj Mahal, this grand monument of love that seems to guard not just hearts, but also stories filled with drama. Built in the mid-17th century, this dazzling white mausoleum was erected in memory of Mumtaz Mahal, the beloved wife of Emperor Shah Jahan. More than 20,000 people worked on this project, and trust me, those aren't just numbers. That's a real army working under conditions you wouldn't even dream of. But here's an interesting twist. The chief architect was executed on the orders of the emperor after the construction was completed. Why? Because Shah Jahan was so obsessed with creating the perfect monument that, according to rumors, he wanted to ensure the architect would never replicate his genius again. And speaking of symmetry, there's a little nuance there too. It's said that one of the towers was intentionally built slightly taller than the other to highlight human nature, imperfection. It's as if the Taj Mahal itself whispers to us that nothing in life is perfect. And if you're a fan of gemstones, you'll definitely appreciate the inlay work featuring over 30 different types of stones that sparkle so brightly even the moonlight gets jealous. This beauty doesn't just catch your eye, it captivates you, making you believe that anything is possible in this place. But here's another trick. The foundation of the Taj Mahal was designed to withstand even the strongest earthquakes. This isn't just brilliant engineering, It's as if the building itself is saying, I will survive it all, even if love takes me into oblivion. So, if you haven't been to India yet, make sure to visit this masterpiece. Here, history doesn't just rest, it breathes, and you won't want to leave. Now, let's take a trip to India, to the Meenakshi Temple, this truly vibrant masterpiece of architecture that looks like it's been painted by all the rainbows in the world. If you've ever wondered what a painting by God would look like, this temple would probably be it. The towers are adorned with thousands of sculptures, so detailed that it feels like they might just come to life and start having conversations. They say that at night, the gods descend from the heavens and stroll through these sacred grounds, so if you happen to feel a gentle breeze, don't be alarmed, it's just a divine joke. And don't forget to check out the hall with the singing columns, where if you tap in the right spots, you can hear melodies that might just make you believe you've stumbled into a concert of heavenly music. There's also the legend of goddess Meenakshi, who, according to myth, went in search of her husband. This temple is a place for marriages, and it's believed that if two souls unite here, their love will be stronger than any cement. So, if you're on the lookout for your other half, make sure to stop by the Meenakshi Temple. Maybe this is where your journey to a happy life will begin. Now, let's move on to one of the most mysterious places on the planet, Petra in Jordan, the lost city that was discovered by chance when a Swiss man named Johann Ludwig Burckhardt decided to explore these rocks in the 18th century. Just like that, without any grand introductions, he stumbled upon a true architectural gem that had been hidden from human eyes for centuries. Now, as you gaze at these majestic facades carved right into the cliffs, it's worth pondering how on earth they managed to create something like this. All the buildings, from temples to tombs, were made using a top-down method. This isn't just about stacking bricks, it required real ingenuity and skill. And the most fascinating part? No foundations. It's a marvel of engineering that still raises questions. How is this even possible? But don't rush off just yet, because the real highlight of this ancient civilization is its water supply system. Yes, you heard that right. The ancient inhabitants of Petra developed such a complex and efficient system that water flowed into their homes as if they had modern faucets. Remember, this system was essential for their survival in this clothes-drying oven known as the desert. So, as you wander through these stunning rocky streets, keep in mind, every crack in the stone hides secrets that don't want to be forgotten. Let's move on to our next topic, the Borobudur Temple in Indonesia, which can rightly be considered a stone puzzle of wisdom. This Buddhist temple is the largest in the world, and it was built without nails or cement. Yes, you heard that right. The builders simply used pieces of volcanic stone and their skill to assemble this architectural mystery. The temple's exterior resembles a giant mandala and a lotus flower blooming atop a hill, but don't be quick to think it's just a pretty picture. The temple serves as a unique quest for pilgrims. Its relief panels tell the story of Buddha and guide you along the path to enlightenment. It's not just a stroll, it's a genuine tour of spiritual heritage, where every detail offers clues for a deeper understanding. Here's an interesting fact. This temple was buried under layers of volcanic ash and jungle for a long time before it was accidentally discovered in the 18th century. Just imagine what it was like to find such a treasure with nothing but nature and oblivion around. This place isn't just lost, it's an entire era waiting to be rediscovered by the world. So, when you're there, take a moment to think about how much wisdom and history is hidden within these stones that have survived to this day, as if they themselves are part of a grand quest. Now, let's rise to the height where the Potala Palace in Tibet stands. It's not just an architectural masterpiece, it's a real city in the clouds that looks like it was built by the gods themselves. The first Dalai Lama chose this spot for the construction, and legend has it that he picked it because he believed that on this sacred hill, his prayers would reach the heavens faster than anywhere else. But guys, just think for a second about how challenging it was to build such a massive complex without modern technology. This isn't just like putting together a Lego set. The monks had to work with stones that, according to rumors, became lighter with their prayers. Scientific explanations suggest they used wooden blocks and ropes to hoist these massive slabs up to over 3,600 meters in height. And yes, this isn't just talk. It's a real story about how people, driven by faith, managed to create something incredible. Inside the Potala, you'll find not just a series of rooms, but a whole museum, where every corner is lavishly adorned with gold, silk, and precious stones. If I could somehow peek into the past, I'd love to see a monk sitting amidst this luxury, meditating far away from the hustle of the world. The feeling of stepping into a fairy tale doesn't leave you as you wander through these stairs and halls, which hold the secrets of millennia. So if you ever find yourself in Tibet, don't miss the chance to visit this mysterious place where every stone building seems to breathe history. Get ready because we're about to peek behind the purple walls of the Forbidden City in China, and this is not just another museum tour. This palace complex was built in the 14th century and has become a symbol of imperial power, where every brick seems to whisper the secrets that were hidden from ordinary mortals. Just imagine, this majestic place has over 9,000 rooms. Yes, you heard that right, 9,000. It's like a whole city where every corridor leads to another mystery, and for the common folk, entry was strictly off limits. Emperors concealed their lives behind these walls, and even their closest confidants didn't know all the secrets that this complex held. For example, let's talk about the nails on the gates. Their placement is no accident. They tell a story about the status and significance of each door. The more nails, the more important the room is considered. And legend has it that somewhere, secret passages still hide, leading deep into the city, and who knows, maybe treasures or even ancient knowledge are tucked away behind them. This is a place where history breathes and every detail matters. Don't be surprised if you suddenly feel like the walls are listening to your thoughts. So if you decide to visit this enchanting corner of Beijing, remember to ponder that around every corner lies something more than just museum exhibits. Now that you've had a chance to soak in the grandeur of the Forbidden City, let's shift our focus to Leshan and its undoubtedly iconic Buddha statue, which is literally carved into the rock. Oh, this isn't just a sculpture, it's a giant masterpiece that gazes down at you from a height of 30 meters. Yes, you heard that right, 30 meters. It stands there like an ancient guardian, seeming to watch over everything happening around it. But behind this magnificence lies not just beauty, but a touching story of sacrifice from the monk Haitong, who once decided that saving local fishermen from the treacherous waters was his calling. He didn't just sit in solitude, he rolled up his sleeves to prevent disasters on the river. Instead of building something simple, he chose to create the Buddha, which became a symbol of hope for all the locals. But wait, there's more. This statue has another cool feature, a meticulously designed hydraulic system. The water that flows down the Buddha's hair actually serves as a drainage system, preventing erosion of the rock and protecting this historical monument from damage. So when you stand there, gazing up at the Buddha, remember that he doesn't just look impressive. He's doing his job like an ancient superhero, guarding not only the people, but also his own rock. In short, if you thought the Buddha statue was just a chunk of stone, think again. It's a true triumph of human thought and creativity, enhancing the landscape while helping to preserve it. Meet the Bayon Temple in Cambodia. It's not just another ancient monument, but a real treasure trove for mystery lovers. Imagine this, over 200 smiling stone faces looking down at you, as if they're hiding some ancient secrets. Theories about these smiles buzz around like flies around honey, and one of the most popular suggests that they depict King Jayavarman VII. But hold your horses, because some believe these might actually be images of a bodhisattva, a spiritual guide. Locals even whisper that the faces change depending on the time of day. In the morning, they seem one way, but by evening they look completely different. It's like the stone heads are actors on a stage, playing a new role every day. But wait, there's more. Recent discoveries suggest that the layout of the Bayon Temple towers is connected to the star map of the ancient Khmer Empire. Maybe those smiles aren't just to attract tourists. Perhaps they're still having secret talks with the heavens and we're just witnessing their little jokes. So, if you want to uncover what really lies behind those mysterious faces, you'd better visit Bayon and gaze at them before their expressions change. Let's take a trip to India, where amidst the red sands and bustling markets stand the Jantar Mantar observatories, true gateways to the stars of the past. These massive stone structures, built in the 18th century, look like giant toys for astronomers. But don't be fooled. This is serious business. Each instrument, from the enormous sundials to the precise astrolabes, serves a specific purpose, and they're not just for show. Imagine a time when telescopes were in their infancy. These constructions allowed people to calculate time and the positions of stars with astonishing accuracy. The locals likely believed their ancestors were communicating with the heavens, and there's a grain of truth to that. It's hard not to think that ancient astronomers, gazing at the stars, were seeking answers to life's questions about love and even how to ward off evil spirits. The intricate designs, sometimes seeming absurd, reflected a deep desire to understand their cosmos and perhaps even predict the future. Considering that some of these observatories are still in use today, One can only wonder what they would say if they could talk. I bet they wouldn't hold back and would have a few shocking updates about today's world. So, if you want to see how people once tried to unravel the mysteries of the universe, head over to Jantar Mantar. Here, you'll find not just stars, but stories worth hearing. Now let's travel to the Philippines, where the rice terraces of Ifugao rise like real staircases to the sky, showcasing what human hands can achieve. These terraces aren't just a beautiful sight. They're a masterpiece of engineering carved into the mountainsides, where each step requires effort and patience. Imagine that up here, where each step is a struggle against nature, the locals have built this magnificent ecosystem over centuries, passing down knowledge from generation to generation, much like ancient tales of heroes. And the irrigation system is practically a small miracle, intelligently designed channels that carry water from the mountains, bringing life to the rice fields. Everything here is interconnected: water, earth, and people. What's really fascinating is that the locals, without maps, keep the boundaries of their lands in their memories, passing down this oral tradition like old myths. They know every path, every stone, because this isn't just land to them, it's their history, their life. When you look at these terraces, you realize that it's not just about growing rice, it's about nurturing culture, traditions, and a deep connection with nature. Think about how challenging it is to preserve such knowledge in a world dominated by technology, yet these people do it with pride and respect for their ancestors. So, if you want to see how nature and humanity can create something extraordinary, the rice terraces of Ifugao are definitely a place to visit. Now let's move over to Bagan, Myanmar, where this city of 1,000 pagodas stretches out like a magical world from a fairy tale on the horizon. Here, each pagoda isn't just a stone, it's a piece of history that you really have to see with your own eyes. Legend has it that the rulers of Bagan built a temple every single day, and trust me, when you look at this splendor, it's hard not to wonder how they managed to pull that off. But that's not all. Archaeologists digging through these ancient sites have been uncovering vibrant frescoes hidden beneath the plaster, telling stories about the lives and beliefs of those times. It's like opening a secret diary, where every page is filled with emotions and colors. And by the way, did you know that the secret to the strength of their mortar was the use of fruit juice and sticky rice? Yep, back in those days, long before modern technology, local craftsmen already knew how to make their structures stand the test of time. So, if you ever decide to head to Bagan, make sure to climb one of the pagodas at sunset. It's a sight that will make you forget everything, even Wi-Fi. The Golden Pavilion in Kyoto isn't just a temple. It's a true symbol of Japan, embodying the richness of its history and culture. Picture this. You approach the pond, and in front of you unfolds a scene worthy of hanging in a museum. The golden sheen that covers the temple, both inside and out, reflects in the water, as if nature itself decided to pay it a compliment. This pavilion was once an aristocratic villa and later transformed into a Buddhist temple, a testament to how reality can turn everything on its head. It's like a living witness to all the trials Japan has faced, wars, fires. It has survived them all, like a true warrior. Each time it was restored, it wasn't just about fixing it up. It was a reminder of dedication to traditions and culture. And standing before this architectural masterpiece, you realize that every bit of gold isn't just decoration. It's a metaphor for resilience and beauty that has endured through the ages. So, if you find yourself in Kyoto, don't miss the chance to admire this wonder. The vibrant colors and reflections that create an atmosphere as if you've stepped into another reality. When it comes to Mohenjo-Daro and Harappa, the first question that pops up is, how could a civilization that built such cities just vanish? These ruins in Pakistan aren't just remnants of buildings. They're real puzzles that still baffle archaeologists. Picture this: streets lined with bricks, plumbing and sewage systems so advanced they could only have been conceived in the 20th century. You get the sense that these cities were thriving metropolises where people traded, communicated, and maybe even dreamed of the stars. But then the question arises, what happened? Weather? Wars? Or did the locals simply grow tired of their own technology and decide to walk away? The lack of written records only deepens the mystery. How could such a civilization be built and then just disappear, leaving behind only ruins and a multitude of questions? These places are steeped in enigma, as if they hold the answers within, but aren't ready to share. In Harappa, you can see traces of life, but it's more than just archaeology. It's like watching a silent film where you have to piece together the story yourself. And there you stand among these walls, realizing that life once thrived here, but now only silence remains. a silence that speaks louder than any words. So, as we wrap up our fascinating journey through the inexhaustible architectural wonders of Asia, I can't help but emphasize that these majestic structures are not just stones. They are living testaments to the genius, faith, and ambitions of ancient civilizations. Each of these monuments, from the splendor of the Taj Mahal to the mysteries of Angkor Wat, holds not only stories but also countless unanswered questions that continue to intrigue historians and travelers alike. These buildings, which have withstood the test of time, still amaze us with their scale, beauty, and enigmas that seem solvable but remain topics of discussion and debate. I encourage you not just to gaze at these wonders, but to dive into their history, explore the cultures that created them, and even plan your own trips to these masterpieces. Share your impressions, favorite architectural marvels, and what has struck you the most in the comments. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you want to keep discovering incredible corners of our planet and unraveling the mysteries of the past. These ancient structures are more than just monuments. They are a part of our cultural heritage and undoubtedly a source of inspiration for future generations. Engaging with them enriches our perspective on human history, and who knows what other secrets await us ahead.